Well, good afternoon. Today is Monday, August 28th, and it's time for our weekly meeting highlights. I've had a week, let me tell you. But anyway, this topic today is how to disrupt emotional eating in just 5 minutes. I'm telling you, I think that somebody follows me around from Weight Watchers and decides on what the topic of the week is going to be because, let me tell you, last week I had a week. That's all I can tell you is I had a week. And if you watch my daily vlog, you know all the issues that I dealt with. Check out my daily vlog today. I talk a little bit more about some issues that we had over the weekend. So anyway, so we always start off with how I did. Jim has gone to the wayside. Jim's gone back to the dark side. With all the stress that we've been dealing with, Jim's turned to food, and I'm trying my best, but you know, you got to want to do it for yourself. So I'm sure that once everything is settled with everything that's going on around here, that he'll get back on track. That's what I'm hoping. But the way I did was I did gain 1 pound last week. I am satisfied with the 1 pound. I'm just really, I think it's the fact that I started the week off eating a lot of protein and a lot of fiber and cutting back on my sugar and my carbs. And so, but from Wednesday till Sunday, I had issues with something going on in my house every single day. And it was a very stressful week. And I didn't so much turn to food to feel better, but we didn't eat on a normal schedule. I didn't choose foods like that were, I just picked things that were just quick and easy. It was just easier to be quick and easy with everything we were dealing with. Fingers crossed, everything seems to be settling down now, so we can get back on track. And I have a plan of attack for the week, so I do hope to have. Well, no, I will have a loss next week. I really will. I'm just tired of the roller coaster that I'm on. So anyway, 1 pound I gained. That's the way it goes. But anyway, this is how to disrupt emotional eating in just 5 minutes. Tend to eat when stressed, bummed out, or just mad. It's normal. And you can change it by paying attention. You can figure out what the next steps by paying attention to the next steps, when the urge strikes, all you need to do is follow these steps. I'm telling you, I'm just like all discombobulated. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Do whatever you like. Just commit to waiting before you decide to reach for food. I always try to do that. I'll think, like you'll see a commercial for something and you'll think, oh my gosh, that looks good. But I don't have anything like that in the house. What can I get that's going to substitute that? And then I get up and go and get it. Now I say, that looks really good, but I don't have anything like that in my house. Let me think for a couple minutes. Do I really want to go in there and look for something just to satisfy this quick little thing that hit my brain? And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen, and I just forget about it and continue on with watching whatever I'm doing, or watching whatever I'm watching, or doing whatever I'm doing. Next you want to do is check in with yourself. When the timer goes off, notice how you feel. Do you no longer want to eat, or do you still have the urge? Most parts, if I give myself those 5 minutes, I forget about it, and then I think, I don't really need that. I really don't. But if I still have the urge, I do try to go in there to have something sweet, like a peach or some watermelon or something like that. Or some strawberries, just something that can give me ice. Like when I drink iced tea, I just drink it plain. I don't put anything in it, so I can't even say that I'm going to add some sugar to some tea or something. But I think that for the most part, after 5 minutes, I'm done. I'm just like, okay, I didn't really need that. I really didn't. So if it tells you that you no longer want to eat, that's cool. Just keep on going with your day. But if you still have the urge, could you do something else to manage your emotions, like taking a walk or calling a friend? A lot of times that does work. It really does. But I find that I think that for the most part, even though I took a walk or something, if I really, truly, strongly wanted it on that 10th time, because I tell you the other 9 times I can kind of let it go, I will get something sweet or something small. Or maybe sometimes I might have a cookie. I have these little Milano cookies that are 5 points for 2 little cookies. And they really do satisfy me. And they're just, just enough to get off that urge or something. Sometimes I'll pretend and I'll eat a protein bar because I'm starting to eat protein bars now. I'm really watching the sugar in them though. I'm checking ones without a lot of sugar. And so I'm trying to find one with high protein, high fiber, low sugar. And then a lot of times I'll just pretend I'm eating a candy bar. I know it's a long stretch. You got to really use your imagination. I really realize that. But the ones I get the Think bars, I think they're called. Is it Think? I forget what they're called. I don't think they're Think. Because the Think ones, they're Think. I'm thinking of the Think or the Kind. The Kind are very high in points, but the Think bars are lower. Yeah, it's a Think bar. And it does look like a little candy bar. It has a faint taste of a candy bar, but not a complete taste of a candy bar, but enough to get you past the urge. If you think it'll work to go for a walk, then go for a walk. But if you don't think it is, it's okay then to grab a snack, but just make sure that you pick something that's not really heavy. Don't go and eat like 2 or 3 donuts. It's just, that's not going to do it. When they're saying to pick a snack, try to pick a healthy snack. A lot of times I like to get like little pretzels, like an ounce of pretzels is 3 points. And then I like that Windschuler cheese, and that's another 3 points. And I know it's a 6-point snack, but it's just enough. Like I'm dipping into the cheese and having the cheese and the pretzel. A lot of times I'll just use some mustard because I do like mustard, and I'll just dip them in mustard. And But after you've done all that, reflect on what you've learned. Did the urge to eat change as time passed? Is there another solution you can try to use that'll manage your emotions next time? Always think of something that'll work. I always think this. I do think that this waiting five minutes really does make a difference, because 5 minutes doesn't seem a lot until you stop and think for 5 minutes. The only time 5 minutes goes by fast is if you're on a break at work, and then that 5 minutes goes by like a shot. But like anything else, 5 minutes is really long if you really think about it. I always think of when I was younger, when I watched Perry Mason, somebody said, I looked at that person for a full minute. I know that that's the robber. I know that, or whatever. And then Perry Mason would tell them, look at the clock. Wait a whole minute before you take your eyes away from the clock, and then see how long that minute is. And that really is a long time. And I always think of that, like when they say, well, it's a plane crash or something, and they go, well, they had 2 minutes, and, so it went quick. It was only 2 minutes. Did you ever stop and look at a clock for 2 minutes? And you're just sitting there looking at a clock for 2 minutes. Just imagine if you're like in a plane going down for 2 minutes. That's going to seem like an eternity to you. It's just not going to go by fast. So think about 5 minutes waiting to see if you really want to eat something. Let's dive a little deeper. Maybe you snack on chips when stressed, or ice cream is your go-to when feeling blue. Ice cream will always work. Whatever you reach for, emotional eating is incredibly common and, for many, a habit like any other. You respond to a feeling by eating, and over time it becomes automatic. It's just something you do without thinking. That is so true. I used to, when I balanced my budget, which I told you I was very bad with money. I'm so much better now, thankfully, because with everything going on, I'm glad I got money. But not a lot of money, but enough to cover my problems. But there was a time in the past, no, I didn't have the money. And I would turn to stress. I would do my budget for the month. I would be robbing Peter to pay Paul. And then I'd get done and I'd have like pizza and pop and the cupcakes and the whole shop, because I thought that would help me feel better that I mismanaged my money so poorly. So to break the habit, give yourself time to think. That's what waiting a few minutes does. It deactivates autopilot so you consider your options and respond to an emotion more intentionally, whether you scroll your TikTok feeds or you water your plants, or yes, even if you eat something healthy. In other words, you may still decide to snack when the timer goes off. It's okay. Make your initial goal to simply be more aware of an unhelpful habit. That's the first step to eventually replacing it with one that supports your goals and an important skill on your journey. I think that, like I said, I realize now how much I turn to food. That doesn't mean I don't not turn to food still, because I do. I'm human. I'm a work in progress, I like to think. Even after almost 73 years, I'm still working on myself. But I think that I'm more aware of my triggers now. And do I ignore them sometimes? Yeah. Do I ignore them a lot of times lately? Yeah. But I'm trying to be more aware of them and stop dwelling on them so much, and trying to find better ways. And I think that the fact that I do take the time now Maybe I don't take a whole 5 minutes, but I do take a couple minutes to decide, is this something you really, really want? I, the other day, wanted Taco Bell. I didn't wait. I got in my car. I started driving over there. And when I was pulling into Taco Bell, I thought, do I really want this? And I thought, no, I really don't. So I continued on and pulled out and came back home. Now that was a non-scale victory for me because my Taco Bell was at least 10 minutes drive away. And so I drove for 10 minutes thinking, I'm getting Taco Bell. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. And then when I got there, I thought, you don't really want it. And I didn't go somewhere else. It was just like I decided, no, I didn't really want it. So that was my non-scale victory last week. But 3 fast facts. Emotional eating is a habit that you learn over time, which we just discussed. Number 2, when you recognize it's happening, you can find new, more helpful ways to respond to those feelings. And the third thing is managing emotions in ways other than eating will help you to lose your weight or maintain it. Well, that's a no-brainer. Everybody knows that one. But, sometimes you got to have it pointed out. Sometimes things got to hit you right in the face before you really listen to it. And I think managing emotions in ways other than eating can help you lose or maintain weight is one of those things that needs to slap me in the face every once in a while and just remind me that 1 minute of having pleasure with whatever I'm eating is going to lead me personally, to feel guilty and then think, well, what the heck, I've blown it already. Let's go on to something else. And that's been my pattern for the last year, and I want to break that pattern. I really do. So anyway, I did gain 1 pound. Check my daily vlog today. I went into discussion about my woes. It's not a downer video. I've done the opening already, but it's not a downer video. It's just letting you know what's going on in my life. Which is a lot lately. But anyway, so how did you guys do? And do you emotional eat? And what is your go-to emotional eating food? Mine, we all know, is donuts. But I don't know. I don't keep donuts in the house because I know that's bad. But my next thing that I do is popcorn. And I put too much butter on the popcorn. I could pop the popcorn and just eat the popcorn with a little bit of salt. I've tried the little shaky things like the shaky butter and like all of those little things. I don't like those. It just leaves a tinny taste in my mouth. I like just plain popcorn. And but my new trigger is the butter popcorn. And then think about it. When I make a bowl, I make a big bowl. It's like one of those big giant things that you get at the show. I eat a big bowl of popcorn. And then I probably use at least a 1/4 stick of butter, which is probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of butter. So that's like 18, 20 points right there. So I have to rein myself in. So I gained 1 pound. Jim's not doing it too well, but we'll get him back on track, hopefully sooner rather than later. So let me tell you that I hope that you have a very good week, that you stay on your plan, that you figure out what your triggers are with your emotional eating, and that you had a loss this week. But let me know in the comments. So in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you back here again next week, or definitely want to see you on my daily vlog. Talk to you guys soon.